Hey sis, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another reaction video. If you're here for the very first time, my name is TMR and over here we talk reactions and reviews. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing great, okay? All right, and now that I have your attention, make sure before you leave, you subscribe to this YouTube channel. And also make sure you most definitely click the notification bell, sis. So therefore, every time I drop a new video, you'll be the first one to know it. What's good? All right, you guys, what's today? Wednesday. This is hump day. I want to wish everybody a happy hump day. And we gonna get into it, y'all. Let's talk about it, okay? Because that's what we do over here, y'all. We talk reactions and reviews. And today, y'all, I want to talk about why we in the car. You know, for my oldies but goodies, y'all know what this is. It's the Car Chronicles, okay? It went down on the internet yesterday, okay? And it went down between Nique at Night and T.S. Madison. Yeah, you heard me, girl. T.S. Madison and Nique at Night had some words yesterday. And we gonna start the story off, okay? So let me tell y'all, give y'all a little background of what I know is going on again. Now again, before I get really into this video, do understand these are my thoughts and my opinions. I'm entitled to them. You're entitled to yours. Whatever yours are, you most definitely can leave them down in the comments and we can discuss it like adults, okay? If you don't know how to have a mature conversation, I'm gonna advise you to just listen and don't even say nothing, okay? Okay. All right. So yesterday, I get an alert that Nique at Night put a video out. And you guys, I watch Nique at Night. I like her. I like her channel. And so when I get on the video, she did a live. So when I get on the live, you know, she seemed like she was super irritated, agitated, okay? So the video basically was about her discuss of what happened on Tasha K's podcast the other day. So Tasha K did a podcast the other day. It was a 2-part podcast. I think the first one came out Monday, and then the second part dropped yesterday, Tuesday, okay? So how it all started, you guys, was with the whole situation, if you're not familiar, of the young lady in Indianapolis, Indiana, who was slain for allegedly exposing a DL man on Facebook Live. So everybody was talking about it, and T.S. Madison was, you know, if you watch T.S. Madison, I like T.S. Madison, okay? I know a lot of people feel different ways about T.S. Madison, but again, I like T.S. Madison, okay? I like her commentary, I like her personality. I just like T.S. Madison. I also love Kaya, okay? So T.S. Madison did a car vlog, because she do a Car Chronicles too, and she was in the car with one of her friends, Chi, I believe it was, and they was discussing, you know, a lot of things like we do over here, y'all. They talk a lot of topics, and one of the topics was the whole incident with the lady in Indianapolis and her situation about being slain for the reasons of exposing a DL man. So in the conversation, T.S. Madison was referring to women as fish. Now, how I understood it, y'all, was when T.S. Madison is amongst the LGBTQ plus community, and they, from my understanding, in their community, they refer to, I guess, trans women as fish. fish is a slang term that they use in that community. Like, you know, some women in the black community use, when they're talking to each other, they refer to each other as bitch. Okay, like, bitch, you lying. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, you know, me and some of my friends, we talk like that. We'll refer to each other as bitch in a conversation, you know, but I mean, we already know what it is, so it's not like, you know, an argument. It's just a conversation. You know, it's just an expression, okay? It's an expression. So, Nique at Night sees the video, and she did some commentary on her response to, you know, T.S. Madison referring to women as fish. Nique at Night felt like it was very disrespectful. She said, as a woman, she don't want to be referred to as a fish because a fish smells. Okay. I mean, that's your opinion, that's your belief. That's how I took it, right? So Nique at Night did a couple of videos where she talked to a couple transgender women and how they're perceived in their community as far as when they're dealing with a man, and how does he feel about having intercourse with them and they still having their male part. Okay? I think she interviewed like 2 different transgender women. All right, you guys, so now we're going to fast forward a little bit to Tasha K's podcast. So on Tasha K's podcast, it was Tasha K, T.S. Madison, and Storm Monroe. Now, if you're not familiar, Storm Monroe is, you know, a YouTuber here on the platform. He's booming, because when I first started watching Storm a couple months ago, he didn't even have 20,000 subscribers, and now he's at well over 60,000. He's a protege of Tasha K. A lot of people like to refer to Tasha K as mentoring him through the, you know, the social media platforms. So he's on that. He's a panelist on her podcast, and they were discussing a lot of topics. They talked about the Kaya situation. They talked a little bit about the Geo situation. They talked about Armand. They talked about a plethora of things. And one of the things that they also talked about was the response to Nique at Night about her video about being referred to as, you know, a woman being referred to as a fish. Now, when the video was going on, Tasha K was the one that was like saying, you know, throwing subliminal jabs, like saying fish, and maybe you could kind of, it could be shade, okay? But when T.S. Madison started talking, she just basically was explaining the reason why she uses the word fish, okay? She's not to disrespect women. It's how they talk. I'm going to show y'all a little bit of Tasha K podcast right here.
It's controversy, though.
Yes.
Well, what is the controversy?
I mean, you getting dragged online right now for, I guess, referring to real women as fish. And I guess, you know, there are certain women and that don't like, I guess, gender women refer
gay men.
Or gay men refer to women as fish. I mean, is that first of all, did you refer to any type of woman
As fish?
as fish?
Fish in our community can be a term of endearment, and it can be also used in a derogatory way. In our community, when you say fish, that's the highest form of woman you can be, girl.
So, all right. So Nique at Night yesterday goes on her video in response to that, to Tasha K's podcast, to part 1. That was part 1. Y'all just saw a little bit of part 1. And she felt slighted because of the comments Tasha K was making. She said that she felt like she had a little bit better rapport with Tasha K, because she explained that she's talked to Tasha K a couple times on her channel. She talked to Tasha K a couple times over the phone. And when Nique at Night did the video, it was probably like a week or so ago, when she did the video in response to the whole fish comment, Tasha K, I believe she called the podcast. She called Nique at Night show. That's what it was. She called Nique at Night show. So basically, Nique at Night was feeling some type of way because she basically said that she doesn't understand how they took her video, her commentary, and basically turned it into content for other YouTubers. She was like, you know, she felt like they was making a big deal about her feeling the way she felt about T.S. Madison, you know, referring to women as fish. And if they were going to use her commentary as commentary for their podcast, that they basically should have gave her some credit. Nique Knights explained that when she does commentary and she's doing it off the strength of another YouTuber's commentary, she always gives them credit. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what Nique Knight had to say.
And it's T.S. Madison. So it's like, okay, so T.S. Madison is, this is about, like, a topic that I brung up is what's going to provide content for every YouTuber. That's my topic. And it was not no malice topic. So my topic is what's going to be the one to give all these YouTubers all in content. Then I get on the video and the first couple of minutes is shade towards me. Oh, hey, fish. I was like, Tasha, really? So I'm like, okay. All right, cool.
All right, so look, these are my thoughts right now. I understand what Nique Knight is saying. You know, we do understand that everybody is sensitive in their own way. There's things that are being, you know, that's said that some people agree with, some people don't agree with, some people feel disrespected by it, some people just feel like if it don't apply, let it fly, you know, type situation. And my thought with the whole fish term is, I get that's what they say in the LGBTQ community. I'm not in that community, so I don't hear the word being used a lot because I'm not in that community. So you referring to a woman as a fish, I do understand they're saying it, you know, it could be disrespectful because, you know, basically a fish smells, but I don't feel like they're saying women smell like, all women smell like fish. I don't know, y'all. It's, to me, I think it's more in depth. You know, y'all, it's just like this. You know, the Little Mermaid, Ariel, that's a fish. Little girls want to be like Ariel, the Little Mermaid, and I don't see nobody saying anything about that. So, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just a conversation. It's just a word somebody using to reference, and I just feel like you shouldn't get all caught up in just a word. You know, if you know you don't smell like a fish, then it don't apply to you. You know, like I said, it's just like how when the black people talk to each other and they communicate and they use the word nigga. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, what? You know, like that. So, I understand how Nique Knight felt, and she has the right, because she does have a platform. She does have a right to express herself on her platform. Obviously, there are other people that would agree with her, but the part that threw me off about Nique Knight is when she kept referencing to the fact that they didn't give her clout. They didn't basically give her credit for them speaking about it in their commentary. And all I want to say is, I mean, technically, they didn't have to do that. I do understand Nique feels like that's the respectable thing to do, but what she also has to understand, this is business, and everybody doesn't work by the same ideology, okay? Everybody don't go by the same rules, okay? Although there's rules out here, everybody don't follow, okay? And I feel like, you know, as her being on the platform and being on the platform for quite some time, I don't know how long she's been on there, but I know she has almost 200,000 subscribers, and I know she ain't got them overnight. So Nique know how it is to be out here in the game. She also has said on her platform, although she doesn't have camaraderie with people, other YouTubers, but she respects everybody as being a YouTuber. And she felt like Tasha K, she felt like Tasha K and T.S. Madison didn't respect her. And she has the right to feel that way. But when she started breaking down, crying in the middle of her commentary, I was like, whoa, Nique. Now, I mean, I understand people, like when people get mad, they express themselves in different ways. So basically what Nique was saying, the reason why she started crying is because she was so upset that it came out in tears. And I hear what she's saying, but at the end of the day, you have to learn how to hold your composure, because you are on a platform, on a worldwide platform for many people to see you. And to me, I don't know if she did it because, like she said, she was so mad, you know, she started crying because she, you know, she ready to fight. And I'm just like, fight, child? Who you getting ready to fight? Like, at the end of the day, all these people are, you know, Nique live in California, Tasha T.S. Madison live in Atlanta. Boo, you catching flights? Like, what you about to do? You know? And maybe she just meant that, you know, in a sense. You know, I don't think she probably meant it literally, but again, that's what she said. And unfortunately, what people do on social media is they go by what you say, not what you meant. Okay? So when she did that, that kind of like threw me off with Nique. I'm like, Nique, like, why are you sitting up here crying like you a little girl? You're a grown woman, and you got to understand that everybody's not going to agree with you. You have to understand that this is business, and in business, everything is not going to always go the way you want it to go. You know, I do understand that you don't like to be referred to as a fish, but again, I feel like this: you can't take on all battles. You got to learn how to pick your battles. And maybe that's a battle, you know, that she felt like, you know, that was a conversation. But once she put that conversation out on a public platform, did you really think that nobody was not going to pay attention to it? Like, obviously, that's the reason why you put the conversation out there, because you wanted people to pay attention to it. You know, she said that she didn't do it because she was trying to get, you know, clicks and views. Well, of course you did, Nique. I mean, anytime you put out a video, it's for click and views. Like, I don't understand that. When you put, you know, that's controversial. So anytime you put some controversial commentary out there, you have to understand, just like when T.S. Madison said what she said in her car, talking to a person in her car, although you was watching it, although the fish term was not pointed directly at her, but she felt some type of way about it. So did you honestly think that you were going to do your video and then think that you was going to get the same response, that somebody was going to feel some type of way about what you were saying or what you were implying? So that was my thought on that. Like I said, that kind of threw me off. So of course, you know, Storm Monroe responded to Nique at Night.
I was just a little bit confused because I feel like in the video, we were not attacking her or anybody specifically. Now, at this point, you know, T.S. Madison has responded as well. So now this is going to really become a whole thing for a while. And when Tasha said we making content for a while, people is going to eat off this shit for a while. She was not lying at the end of the day. But I didn't understand the tears. And Nique, if you want to come on here and if you are open and willing to have that conversation, I'm open and willing to have it. I did not understand the tears. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little thrown off about it because I just felt like nothing that I just felt like there was nothing said in that video that was like cry worthy, in my opinion. Wake up today, everybody talking about fish, right? And then Nique has her show, people get on, and a lot of women, especially, you know, women in our community, it's just not going for this shit. They're like, I don't want you to call me fish. I don't want to be referred to as fish. Don't say that fish is femininity, etc., etc.
He even invited Nique at Night on his platform, you know, and a lot of people are feeling some type of way about Storm because they feel like, well, Storm, why are you getting involved? Like, obviously, this is a conversation. This is a woman's topic. So why are you getting involved? And, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. My thought on that is Storm was a part of that platform. He was a part of the conversation. He was in the room with T.S. Madison, Tasha K. He was on the platform. So I feel like he has the right to speak his piece, his commentary, from whatever perspective, obviously from a male perspective. But I mean, everybody has thoughts and opinions. Just because it's a conversation that's referencing a woman doesn't mean a man shouldn't have an opinion about it, you know? So that's my thought on that. Well, of course, you guys, T.S. Madison sees Nique at Night video, and T.S. Madison has something to say as well.
No one was talking to you, lady. No one spoke to you. No one was referencing you. I was giving a review on something that happened in the world, and those were my opinions and those were my facts. Don't you dare sit up here and act like that you were not coming into this whole situation trying to cause division between me and females. Don't you dare act like that. Don't you dare sit up here and say, I wasn't trying to spin a narrative. And she comes off so fake. Just because you and Armand is Judy's over there, we already know how Armand gets down, girl. Girl, everything is a click in the view for Armand. And when you watch part 2 of Tasha K's video, because I know you're going to watch it, lady, we did make references to you because I explained to Tasha K, I had no idea that you even lived on this planet. I didn't know you lived on Earth. I want you to know how minuscule you were to me before this situation, because you're not big in the place. You're not big. Armand's not big. Kaya's not big. None of you people are big in the space that I.
Okay, so that was T.S. Madison response. So let me go back to Nique at Night. Nique at Night mentioned also in her video yesterday that she notices, or other people notices, whenever there's some controversy going on and there is like a transgender woman or a male that's coming after T.S. Madison never responds. But when it's a woman, a biologically born woman coming after T.S. Madison seems to always respond to the women. So, I mean, I guess in a sense, that could be true, because y'all do know she never really responded to Gio, her former manager, and the things that he was saying, on his platform. But my thought is, y'all, and if you understand, you understand. If you don't, you don't. But my thought is this: T.S. Madison, although was born a man, truly embraces being a woman. She lives as a woman, although she still has her male parts. So I think a lot of time and T.S. Madison knows that she was born a man. It's not like she's not trying to erase the fact that she was born a man, but she identifies herself as a woman. So, as a transgender woman. So, I guess she doesn't really, to me, I would think she don't really see a difference. It's just like she responds to what she wants to respond to when she wants to respond to it. And I guess she felt like it was, she responded to Nique at Night because like T.S. said, I wasn't directing anything towards you. I get you felt some type of way about what I said, but the comment wasn't directed towards you. Even when she was talking about the situation with Tasha K on the podcast, she never even mentioned Nique at Night's name. Tasha K did, but T.S. Madison did not. Y'all, I found it so interesting. And my thing is this, y'all. And y'all, please let me know what you think down there below. I can understand people feeling some type of way about being referred to as a fish because a fish smells. Or is it, like saying a woman has a smelly box, okay? But my thing is this: if it doesn't apply, let it fly. You cannot go through life being offended by everything everybody says. If you do that, you will spend the vast majority of your life upset all the time. A lot of times you have to listen, you have to hear what people say, and you have to be like a duck and just let that stuff be like water and roll right off your back. Like you cannot take a stance to every single thing that people say, or you will always find yourself being in confrontation and arguing with people. Now, although Nique at Night said that she doesn't want to argue with people, she's not trying to be confrontational. Well, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You may not want to come off as that way, but that's how it can be perceived by a lot of people. That you are being confrontational especially, you know, after they do this podcast and they give their thoughts and opinions, and then you come out with your video responding to their podcast. Well, that's being confrontational. Now, we do know that Nique, or if you don't know, she just launched her pajama line last weekend or this past weekend. So T.S. Madison was alluding to the fact that Nique was just using this as an opportunity to get her name out there, to throw her pajama line out there. Yeah, I don't know, baby. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, free publicity is free publicity. You know, when she kept saying, you know, when Nique kept saying, I'm not doing this for clout, I'm not doing this to be recognized or noticed. Well, if that's the case, then you wouldn't put the video out there. Like, obviously, you know the video is going to get clicks and views. Even if you don't put the name in the title, once people who watch your channel and are religious to watch your channel, watches your channel and see what your commentary is about, then obviously it'll get shared out and other people will find out about it. Like, we all know how this game gets played, okay? So, y'all, again, I found that to be very interesting. Y'all let me know down in the comments, how do you feel about being, you know, somebody, a man or the LGBT man, referring to you as a fish, or referring to the women in their community as fish, which in all actuality is, if you're referring to the women in your community as fish and they're portraying themselves as women or living as women, then you're referring to all women as fish. How do y'all feel about that? Like, do you feel offended by that? Or do you feel like, yeah, it doesn't apply to me? Or do you feel like, well, I'm not in that community, so I don't hear that term a lot, so again, it doesn't apply to me? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Until the next time, you guys, I will see y'all in the next video. Remember, y'all, sub what you love. Bye-bye.